Welcome to the Dirt Broadcast, digging to the bottom of every situation to get to the truth. Here's your host, Jason Mills.
Hello, folks. Hope everybody's doing well today on this August the 26th. It's turned chilly on us, but we'll give everybody just a few minutes to join us tonight, and we'll get some updates about what's going on in Union County and what's been going on in my life and why there's not been some podcasts for a little while and that kind of thing. But we'll get back in the groove of things, hopefully, and get back on our weekly podcast and all that kind of good thing. But we'll give everybody just a few minutes to join us on the podcast. Remember to like, share, comment. We appreciate it. Invite all your friends and neighbors and all that kind of good thing to watch the podcast and get updated and all those kinds of things. We greatly appreciate it. Remember to watch the podcast on YouTube and Facebook and Kick under the Dirt Podcast. Excuse me. I'm also on TennesseeFeeds.com and also on Rumble under the Dirt Podcast UC. That's all one giant word there. The Dirt Podcast UC. You got to type it all together to find me. And we appreciate that. We've got a few things we're going to cover tonight. County Commission meeting last night. If you didn't watch it or hear about it yet, hopefully I'll enlighten you on the goings on in County Commission. Again, we do appreciate you joining us tonight. Remember to like, share, comment, ask you questions, anything you might want to say tonight or anything you want to talk about tonight. Feel free to write it in the comments and we'll discuss it for a few minutes. I know we've got a lot of catching up to do as far as the podcast goes, and I do apologize for that. But lots been going on in my life and all those kinds of good things. And of course, there wasn't any meetings but the one special call meeting in July. So that gave me not a whole lot to talk about. I mean, I could have, but anyways, we'll give everybody just a few minutes more to join us, being shared out, hopefully, and hopefully some folks are seeing that and will join us tonight. Like I said, I know it's been a while since we've had a podcast, so we do appreciate you joining us tonight right here on the Dirt Podcast, right here in Union County, Tennessee. Give everybody just about another minute and then we'll jump into some things. But one thing I will say, or two things we'll say, is we won't be talking about Cracker Barrel on here. I know that's been a big topic in a lot of places. We won't talk about that tonight, other than I do love their chicken and dumplings. But and we won't be talking about Tay Tay and her getting engaged today. So we won't talk about that either. But not interested in Taylor Swift at all, and whichever Kelsey brother it is that she's engaged to now. So anyways, all right, let's jump into some things. Again, folks, feel free to like, share, comment, ask any question you might have tonight. We appreciate it. And if you got something that you want to throw out there and discuss for a second, feel free to add that on there. Just write it in the comments, and we'll see what we can do. So, what's going on with the sheriff's department? We just can't stay out of the news for whatever reason. We go from the tasing incident to just on constantly, and now we've got prisoners being beaten up by other prisoners, and just craziness. And Danny there, the prisoner that got beat up, I actually had on bond a few times when I was a bondsman, so I kind of know him, and he's a character. I give him that. But nobody deserves to be beat up in the first place, let alone beat up in jail, and let alone beat up to the point that you got to be rushed to the hospital and all those kinds of things. That's just not how things should work. We spent all that money on the new camera system in the jail and all that kind of good thing. Why wasn't anybody able to respond faster? And I know they've got other things that they do and that kind of thing, but still, to get to that point, somebody should have been on the ball a little faster, I think. I mean, what happened if somebody unfortunately lost their life again in the Union County Jail or something like that? We don't want things to get worse. We don't want things to progress to a point where counties facing even more lawsuits and that kind of thing. But we just gotta get some folks in there that actually care a little bit more about their job and about people. Just got to notice that my Facebook crowd is having some difficulties. It says this is on the StreamYard, which is what I use to do the podcast. It says we're having trouble streaming to Facebook. This may be an issue on Facebook's end. We'll keep trying. Let you know if it's resolved. So let me just check over here on my Facebook. Bear with me just 1 second. I don't know what's going on with it. Hopefully, Facebook gets their issue fixed. Let me log in here on my phone and see if I can figure out anything else on that end. I do apologize. Let me end this stream and start right back. If you're already watching me, I do apologize, but I don't know what's wrong with Facebook. But it's already stopped my stream over there. So let's start it again. If you're already watching, come right back. I appreciate it.
You just heard The Dirt. Dig into the bottom of every situation to get the truth with your host, Jason Mills. Tune in next week at the same time for another Dirt broadcast.